All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the TheGingerBinger podcast. Today with me is my good friend Angie.
Where do I look?
You look at the camera, or you can look at me. Either one, it does not matter. This is...
Oh, that's the microphone.
Yeah, that's the microphone.
Or do I look at you?
You can do either or. One thing I have to do before I forget is, because this will stop recording midway through.
Okay.
Because
we're boring?
No, just because I have a small SD card and I have not invested in a bigger one yet. So, okay. So, this week, because we're both Game of Thrones fans, we're both Thronies, as I started calling us. Yeah, I'm trying to get that to catch on. It doesn't seem like it is.
I'll try.
I tried to get Kim, and she's like, don't ever call me that again. We are going to be talking about the best show on television right now, Game of Thrones. So, how difficult was it last year, though, for you not to have, like, Game of Thrones on?
I blacked out last year.
You just blacked? You don't even remember it?
No, it's gone.
It was hard, because when I start smelling, like, the spring air, I'm like, oh, it brings, like, certain memories, like theater and Game of Thrones, and when I don't have either in my life, I'm like, I'm just an empty void. It's terrible. So I think we're going to start off with, as I was telling you, some fuck, marry, kill with some of the greatest lords and ladies of Westeros. So the first ones, we're going to do the men first, because sexism in Game of Thrones, it works, right? So, fuck, marry, kill. You have the options of Robert Baratheon, when he was king, so you get fat old Robbie.
Okay.
Hodor, and Walder Frey.
Okay. Walder will kill.
You'll kill Walder, okay.
Yes.
I mean, he's got a lot of money. He does run the twins.
Who do I have left? Hodor
and Robert
Baratheon. I could be queen.
You could be queen?
Mary.
You go Mary?
Yeah, and then Hodor looks like he'd be fun.
I think Hodor would be a gentle lover. He's the type that after you're done and you're leaving, he'd hold the door for you. Oh, I was working on that. Yes, I was planning that. I woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, like,
I gotta write this down.
Yeah, I gotta write it down. All right, so you're gonna become queen.
Yes.
You're gonna let Hodor destroy you.
He'll have his way.
Have his way. He actually just wants you to cuddle him. That's all he's there for.
Aw, that's sweet.
And you're gonna kill old crusty Walder Frey. Jesus.
A la Arya.
Yeah, Arya style. One thing I do love in that show, and everybody, if you haven't guessed already, this podcast is dark and full of spoilers. I'm not the first one to use that, but just so you're forewarned, for all seasons leading up. Yes, I know, that's so lame. One thing someone pointed out to me, this was last year probably, that Walder Frey, Tywin Lannister, and Roose Bolton all died in a way that was like poetic to the Red Wedding. Like Tywin got cross Bolton to his heart, Roose Bolton got stabbed in the heart by his ally, or as Ramsay said, poisoned by our enemies. I still love that line, he was poisoned by our enemies. Yeah, and Walder Frey got his throat slit. I was like, holy shit, how did I not notice that? No, it was like just a little, like, what did George Lucas say? It's poetry, so like it rhymes.
Very poetic.
Very poetic.
I like it.
So let's move on to the ladies of Westeros. Okay. So now you have Fat Walda, who was Roose Bolton's wife.
Oh, she seems sweet, though.
She was so sweet.
Yes.
You have Brienne of Tarth.
Lots of babies from her. Brienne, okay.
Brienne of Tarth. And old Melisandre. That, like, not Melisandre, it's Melisandre without the necklace when she turns into, like...
I don't know. I like them all. Can I marry them all?
You want to marry old Melisandre?
Well, she could be useful.
Make you feel young again, right?
She could teach us spells and stuff like that.
Of course. Have shadow babies with her.
Exactly.
Kill your enemies. Anybody at work giving you trouble, just shadow baby.
Exactly.
Oh, so you want to marry all three of them. You hoe. You hoe.
They seem like such nice ladies. They're all beautiful. And
Melisandre does not seem like a nice lady. She burns children, Jesus.
Well, for a reason.
Well, I guess, Hitler had his reasons, too.
She was sick anyways.
She was sick? I guess, yes. That makes it all right. That's what she was saying after the scene cuts out to the army before they left Stannis. She was sick. It was a more humane way of letting her die.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I'm not buying that shit.
She didn't have her vaccines.
Stannis is an anti-vaxxer.
Anti-vaxxer. That's why she had to go.
I knew that woman, his wife, was crazy. That makes so much sense now. All right. So, we'll start out. This before we get into like season 8, I've been hearing this like rumor going around the internet. Do you think would you be interested in seeing like a prequel to Game of Thrones, like a Robert's Rebellion type.
Yeah, I think so. I like that. And then even like something afterwards exploring like all the to the west, is it?
To the east.
To the east and like
Asai, all those places.
Yes, that would be really interesting. Sounds crazy.
I think, I would like to see a lot more like the Dothraki culture, honestly, because that train robbery where they all like hop up on their horses and use their arrows.
Yes.
I was like, oh my god, that is amazing.
I just rewatched that one. It was so good.
Well, when Shani's
heard them coming.
Yeah, you're just like, oh shit. When Shani's gonna teach me to ride a horse, I'm like, Shani, I want to learn to do that, or else I'm not learning. You know what I mean? I want to be able to kill my enemies on a horse. The only way. It's like, if I got a trial for murder and I killed him like that, judge would be like, man, you went through a lot of effort to pull that off.
So cool. So much training.
Yeah. All right, let him off. Can you teach me?
Free pass. Just this time, though.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool to see like a Robert's Rebellion prequel, not not paying attention to the major houses that we know from Game of Thrones, but maybe minor houses and kind of what that's impacting on them. Like, we don't really know much of any of the Dornish houses other than the Martells, and that whole saga in the show kind of sucked. Would you agree with that, or?
I feel like they were shoehorned in a little bit. I feel like a lot of the other stuff that came in later was kind of dropped in because it worked in the plot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the Season 8 stuff felt like super fast, like Jon traveling to Dragonstone, or then Dany showing up in the north when they were being attacked. How many days have passed? Like, did Gendry run back and call up and be like, hey,
get over here, girl.
You gotta get over here real quick, girl. Like, how long does it take the sparrow or the ravens to fly?
That's one thing that they never explain. Like, that's, I think in the first season they say it takes Robert Baratheon takes a month to ride from Winterfell to King's Landing. So I couldn't imagine how fast to get to the wall, then to get a raven to Eastwatch, or from Eastwatch to Dragonstone, and then for her to fly all the way there.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was a little too convenient. There's this interesting video, I don't know if you've seen it, it's called How to Fix Season 7, and it says Kill Bronn.
Yeah.
It's during the train heist, because he makes a valid point. In that whole sequence, nothing really happens. Like, nothing, I shouldn't say nothing happens, but there's no consequence for it happening. The money still gets back to Cersei. Jaime lives. Bronn lives. Drogon lives. Nobody gets hurt. It's just the Lannisters lose a small chunk of their army, but we don't know how big it is, you know? A few Tarlys get roasted, but who cares?
They were dick-ons anyway.
Boo! Boo! Oh, yeah. But he said, like, if you really wanted to make this a little more interesting, have the dragon, because Tyrion's watching this whole thing, have the dragon roast Bronn and have Tyrion see it. It's like, what's that going to do with Tyrion? Everybody loves Bronn. But it's like, each character, I think, needs to have a death that serves something. And that was the thing. Last season felt a little too much like fantasy. Mm-hmm. Like, versus, previous seasons where they subverted all those tropes.
Yeah.
This one was just like, nope, Jon's going to live when he falls into the ice. Like, there was too many fake deaths where they should have been.
Do you feel like that's because they moved away from the books? And they're sort of writing it more TV style.
I totally think so.
Along and serve a purpose to get to the end.
I think in this video, this guy makes the point of it too, saying it's more now. Game of Thrones has become more plot driven than character driven, because each of the previous big moments in Game of Thrones were all based on character flaws. Like Ned Stark getting his head cut off is because he was too honorable to kill Cersei in the night or something like that. That was his choice. Or when the Viper gets his head crushed is because he was too brazen and too much of an idiot. Yeah. Versus now it's just well, we need to get the White Walkers here. Dany needs to, we need to get that ice dragon. Yeah. But it's one of those things, it's okay TV. It's not a bad season in far of TV standards. It's just a bad season for Game of Thrones standards.
Yeah, and it was hard where it was shortened, too.
Oh, totally. And you had to get, I wasn't too big on everybody getting there quick, but that stuff I could forgive. But some of the stuff, it just felt like it was shoehorned into, the fact that they lost, I think it was the end of Season 6, they had the Dornish army, the Tyrells, and the Greyjoys.
But now they're dead.
But now everybody's dead. It's just like that. In one episode, they're all dead. It's like, wait, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about Euron Greyjoy,
but he was just kind of like, here's Euron.
Yeah,
he's important now.
Yeah, it's like that. He should have showed up probably at season 4 or season 5, not just like one episode in season 6 kills his brother and then
hey guys, I'm home. I'm here to take over.
Yeah. He does, though. I do have to say, Euron has some of the best lines in the show where it's like, where's my niece and nephew?
I know, it's kind of unforgiven because he's so charismatic.
Oh, he's great.
Okay, I'll accept you.
The actor described his character in the best form possible. He's like, my character's a douchebag pirate. I'm like, holy shit, you are right. Just when he's like, let's go murder my niece and nephew, or does she want a finger in the bum?
Yes. We'll talk about that later. That part was so good.
I use that line as so often, especially just teasing my girlfriend. You know, we'll be out in public. It's like, oh, you look upset. Do you want a finger in the bum? And I'll just get right in her face and do it. She gets so fucking mad. Hell, if I ran into like any of my other friends that are girls, I feel like saying girlfriend is just gonna give the wrong idea, but it's like
your female friend.
My female friend. That sounds so incel.
Sound like an incel.
Yeah, my female friends who I love and respect so much. Just hey, you want a finger in the bum? I should just start doing that to the guys at work too.
What if one of them says yeah?
Then I have to nut up or shut up on this one.
You've committed already.
I've committed, and I'm not a losing type. Give him the best finger in the bum he'll ever have.
Call Dylan.
Jesus Christ. I know in the books Euron is a lot different, though. Like, he is...
It's been so long since I've read the books.
He's a lot more of, like, mysterious. Okay. Like, the way they describe...
He left and went off to the east, right?
Yeah, and in the books, he has this horn called the DragonBinder, and it's supposed to be able to tame dragons when they hear it. Ooh. And I was like, shit, that would be interesting, because that... Yeah. Because right now, he's got an iron fleet,
it's like a dog whistle.
Yeah. Could you imagine this little thing, like this thing just... It looks like he's got a vape pen, just... Jesus Christ. But in the books, like, that would make him more of a major player. Because right now, it's like... He's an ally, but he's not a major player in the game. Like, I can't see him sitting on the Iron Throne. Like, no. And that was the thing that... For a while, it was like, okay, any of these people really have a shot at it. Like, but I never believed any of the Greyjoys would get it. It's like, nobody cares. Come on. You have your chance. Do it. Aww. We have a special guest, apparently. Shannon.
Dr. Claw.
I have a coworker whose cat's name is Dr. Claw.
Aww.
Yeah. He's like, Dr. Claw. All right, so we're going to just move along with some of these questions. We kind of get off topic. Who's your favorite character in Game of Thrones, dead or alive?
Dead or alive? I don't know. I went through this pool last night, and I checked off all my favorites for yes.
Yeah.
So Tyrion.
Okay.
Bronn. And Tormund.
Tormund.
I like them all. Those three.
I love Tormund's... You do know her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Tormund, to me, is probably one of the more supportive men in Game of Thrones, because he's like, he doesn't look at Brienne and go, oh, he's like, I want that big lady.
He's so turned on by her. It's so sweet.
I relate to Tormund so much. I like taller women just that.
You do?
Yeah. I just need the big beard again. I'll play a younger version or something. No, like people are saying I want to see Jaime and Brienne get together. It's like, man, I
feel like they're more brother and sister.
Yeah,
like, he's never had a brother-sister or proper brother-sister relationship.
He's had an intense brother-sister one,
and they have that. I don't feel like it's a love thing, at least not for Jaime.
No, I agree. I think it's more of like a respect and honorable thing between each other, because they both are seen by society as two outcasts. Yeah. Whereas like Jaime has it all, but he's killed his honor, versus Brienne, who has amazing honor, but she's a woman.
She's a woman.
Yeah. So that's a really interesting like dynamic. But yeah, Tormund is just like, I want to, because she's like, but I don't think she's had a man like after her like that.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting, especially that look he gives her when they're leaving, and he's like there eating the chicken, just.
And her idea of a man is like a nobleman or like a knight or something like that, not
a barbarian. Wildling. Yeah. But to be fair, Tormund is probably one of the most. I wouldn't say he lacks honor or anything. He's just straight up. Like, he doesn't... That scene where the Lord of Bones starts, like, prodding him, like, trying to piss him off, and then Tormund just beats him down to death in front of everybody. He's like, All right, that's the wildling way. I think we need more wildling ways in real life sometimes.
Yes.
It's like, I think every person who works in retail should be able to have a wildling way.
You just want to tell people you're kissed by fire.
Yeah. Oh my god, I do tell that to people. I still do. I say, when people are like, oh, fucking gingers, I'll be like, I'm kissed by fire, fuckers. Oh man, I stole that line to me as soon as I heard it. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, that's mine now.
Yep, kissed by fire. So Tormund, Jaime, and Bronn. Yeah,
Bronn,
and
who I
Tyrion.
gave you the cross stitch of one of his quotes.
Yes,
right?
yes. For what was it, for Christmas or
Christmas? Yes.
Yes. She got me a cross stitch of "There's no cure for being a cunt," and I'm pretty sure I have that in my bathroom.
Excellent.
Yes, it's like
where Tywin died.
Yeah, where Tywin died. They missed out on a great moment though for Tyrion to say, "I guess Tywin Lannister really doesn't shit gold."
That would have been cheesy.
I know. Yeah, after killing your father, you don't have the one-liner like, haha.
I don't know. I think I kind of like the characters that don't give a shit and kind of like just do their own thing.
Yeah, they're not
where there might
concerned.
They might be morally kind of gray, but a lot of the times they end up doing what is considered the right thing.
Yeah,
guess, right.
Yeah, they're not worried about how others perceive them. Mm. They just do what they feel is right or what will benefit them. Yeah. I feel like my favorite character, and this has been since season 4, was not Cersei. I love Cersei. I love to hate her.
I love she's so evil.
I know.
She does such a good job.
Oh, she's a brilliant actress. And the fact that she's not a mega movie star, people are really missing out because you could put her in any villainous role.
Yes.
Or you could even make her.
She was Sarah Connor on that TV show. I really like that.
Terminator just. They've had 2 good things and then that's it. They've been beating a dead horse.
They've been trying.
They keep trying. They try. I'd have to say Jaime, though. Jaime's my favorite character. Just because of, from going to hate him to feeling and then going back down to like, I don't know. And then it's like, all right, Jaime,
he's had a really nice story arc.
Exactly. I think he's probably the most fleshed out.
He's going to sacrifice himself in season 8.
I honestly think that he might survive but join the Night's Watch.
Okay.
Because that would kind of be like a poetic thing, because you have the Night's Watch and the Kingsguard. Both are very similar, but both are viewed as very different. Like Night's Watch people kind of laugh at the Kingsguard, but Kingsguard people, as much as like the Night's Watch are full of rapists and murderers, Kingsguard's no better. You know, they're all pieces of shit. You've had like 2 actually good Kingsguard, and that's like Arthur Dane and like not Meritron, Barristan Selmy. Everybody else has just been kind of like douchey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And I think the Hound is up there for one of my favorites.
Oh, yes.
Everybody loves the Hound.
Have you heard of the theories about him being the prince who was promised? He was kissed by fire.
Well, he saw a vision when they threw his face in. Yeah, that would be awesome.
And where he was born by fire, where kind of gave him like a lot of what his personality was.
Oh, definitely.
And pushed him in the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with the Mountain?
The Mountain? I don't know.
Yeah.
Zombie Mountain versus Zombie Hound.
Oh, God. I think what's going to happen with the Mountain is they're going to have... I feel like they have to have him be killed by fire. You know what I mean? Poetic, because I'm like... I feel like you cut his head off and his body will still move. Mm-hmm. Burn him, but also it's like... There's multiple people fighting the Mountain. Like, he's not dying in a one-on-one competition. I think it's...
Or he'd overrun by whites.
Oh, God.
Maybe. That would be fun.
Oh, he might be more dangerous than the dragon, if that's the case. Just start going out and start crushing everybody's head.
Bran's gonna warg into the dragon.
What if Bran wargs into the Mountain and then just kills Cersei right then and there?
Too easy.
Yeah, Arya's about to kill her. It's like, nope, my turn. Just little brother and sister rivalry. He's just sitting there. Gotcha, bitch. Oh, man, I would love that. No, I feel like Brienne's going to have something to do with the Mountain's death, though. Like, I think she's going to be involved in that skirmish just because when she goes up against people, like the Hound, she's already beat the Hound. Like, now can she beat the Hound? Like, her and the Hound, I think those two can team up together because they've had their brawl.
Yes.
But, you know, who knows? So, you said Tyrion and Bronn. I said Jaime. Oberyn was probably one of my favorites, though, too. He was
so much fun.
Oh, yeah. And he
so
was
charismatic.
And so short-lived, but I think that what makes me like him even more, that he didn't grow stale.
Yeah, you didn't have a chance to get to dislike him or get bored of him.
Exactly. Yeah. I just love that he's just so prominent, like, he's like, I don't care about, I just want to fuck. And
I'm just here for chicks and dudes. And
it's great.
Get my revenge.
And get my revenge. It's like, who can't get behind that, right? Chicks, dudes, get revenge, I do have to say, 2 of my favorite characters, too, that are no longer with us, probably for the better, is Sir Alistair Thorne because he was such a prick. But when he's in the Battle of the Wall, you can tell he's not a coward. Or you're someone you don't like, but you're like, okay, I respect the shit out of him.
Yeah, but he's still gonna get the job done.
Exactly. And Roose Bolton.
Okay.
I was so pissed off when Roose died.
Very cold and logical to me.
Yeah. I liked that, though.
Yeah.
That was, to me, that is scarier than Ramsay.
Yeah.
Ramsay, to me,
Where
was...
you're emotionally driven.
Yeah. I felt like Ramsay just felt like there was no depth to him. He was just nuts. Yeah. That was, to me, he was probably the weakest character that I've seen in Game of Thrones. Yeah.
All his actions are, he's crazy. He's crazy. Like, there's no... oomph behind what he's doing. It's just, he's just crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's a bit of a planner, but he's not, like... I don't know, like, his father had that dastardly, like, like, sly and quiet killing to him. Like, that's why I was hoping that Roose would kill Ramsay, and then Roose would go against Snow in the battle right there. But you couldn't have the name the Battle of the Bastards. It's a battle of the Bolton versus Bastards, It just doesn't have the same ring to it. But no, those are my especially because I never really paid attention to Roose until he stabbed Robb Stark in the fucking heart. I was just like, oh, I'm going to hate you now. And then he's barely in it. Yeah, and then I'm like, I'm slightly intrigued by him. He was almost like a more like sadistic version of Tywin. That's the thing I think I like, because Tywin's a lot more like business. As long as you don't cross him, he's not going to have a problem. Versus Roose was a little more like, oh, you married without my consent, eh? I'm going to hang your husband and then rape you underneath the fucking swinging body. It's like, ugh. Jesus. So what would you say your favorite moment is, though, in Game of Thrones?
Oh, that's hard.
I know, right?
I don't know.
There's just so many.
Just like rewatching season 7, where there were so many scenes where I was just standing there going, oh my God. Like, even though I'd seen it already. It's hard when, I guess...
The pressure's on.
Don't look at me.
If I had a remote, I'd have the camera zoom right in on you.
Don't look at me. I don't know. What is your favorite moment?
Oh, see, the Red Wedding, I think, is up there for a lot of people. But I think for me, the one that affected me the most, because I remember feeling it days after, was the Mountain and the Viper fight.
Yeah.
Just because...
There's so much hype for that one.
Exactly. And here's the thing, too. I thought I was so much smarter than everybody before I saw that. Because as soon as I heard he wanted a trial by combat, I literally went, oh, I know what's going to happen. Cersei's going to pick the Mountain, and then he's going to fight for him, and then he's going to kill him, and they're both going to get off. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Yeah. And the thing that got me, too, was just how sadistic it was, but the screams that he was giving was so terrifying. Like, I heard that in my sleep. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I almost felt like I lost a family member, someone so proud just to go out screaming in complete terror.
Yeah.
But that fight, too, was just so, like, the whole time I'm like, come on. I felt like Tyrion, and I'm just like, get him. And then when he's just like, you have to confess, I'm like, you shut the fuck up and just kill him.
Quit it with your villain speech. You're not the villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Just do
it. Just do it. Yeah, exactly. Have you never seen, professional wrestling? He's getting up behind you while you're doing this. He's got a chair.
The heel.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. And the thing, I feel like Game of Thrones, like, not culture, but, like, reviews and articles really have got to get better at not spoiling episodes, because the next day, I had thankfully seen the episode, but the next day, you
can't even turn on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
Oh, it recommends. Did you see last night's mind-blowing episode?
Yeah.
And it was literally the picture of him getting his eyes gouged. It's like, oh, I wonder what the fuck would have happened. I was so mad.
I watch it on the Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. This year I actually have Crave, so like as soon as it's done,
I'm coming over.
Yeah, Game of Thrones night, guys. It's I honestly think
Sunday night, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah. Let me in.
Let me in.
I think for maybe the final episode, I might have friends over so we can all like enjoy the experience.
So we can all cry together.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? It might be great. I'll bring over some hot chicks. We can all fuck together. I don't know. No, Jesus Christ, no.
Westerosi style.
Yeah, exactly. The Dornish take over. Everybody wins.
Hey.
But yeah, the Mountain and the Viper fight was just so great. And, there are other mountains. Like, one moment I think is totally underrated is the battle for the Wall. That whole, like, especially because Sam kills that, Then. Like, he just gets right close to him and Sam just shoots him right in the face. Yeah. And then it's like later, it's like, well, I killed a Then and a White Walker. What have you done?
Yeah.
It's like, shit. Sam's got an impressive resume.
Right?
I
don't know. I have to, like, scroll through my Tumblr to see what I posted then and what was exciting.
Yeah.
It's so hard to think back. And
oh, because there's been so many.
Yeah.
Battle of Blackwater was one that I think just because they've outdone themselves so many times, people forget that was amazing.
Yeah, that was really well done, especially showing Tyrion in the midst of it all with like all the chaos going on and trying to keep your mind and keep fighting and stuff like that instead of just turn tail and running and
absolutely
like Joffrey did.
Oh, that little shit!
I know.
Here's the thing: he's so great because it's like the one thing I liked over Joffrey versus Renly. Joffrey was sadistic, but he was a kid, so there was a part of me that understood slightly. He was a little shit that I hated, but it's like there was more to him than just being like evil.
Kid.
Yeah, exactly. And we all hate spoiled rich kids.
He's always been like catered to. And,
yeah. He's never had a hard day in his life. Well, except his wedding day. But all men can feel that, am I right? I was going to say Robb Stark can feel that, but that wasn't his wedding. Oh, damn it. Do you... when I was watching Battle of Blackwater, though, I remember it being so hard because I didn't know who I wanted to win. I liked Tyrion, but I hated the Lannisters. Mm-hmm. And I thought Stannis would be a better ruler, but Stannis was not likable at all.
No.
So it's like... Who the fuck should win this? You know what I mean?
Renly.
I was so mad that when Brienne says she killed Stannis and it's like, I'm executing you on the rightful king. It's like, I want Stannis to be like, he's not the rightful king. He had no claim to the throne. Yeah. And I'm just like, if Renly would have just stuck by Stannis, they could have won the fucking war right there because Renly had the army, Stannis had the claim, they could have got the North's support. Boom, everybody would have done fine. But no, because fucking Renly had to be like, I'm the prettier one.
I'm so fabulous.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the prettier one. Oh, Christ. So, no favorite moment. I guess we'll come back to that. Mm-hmm. So, here's one, because I remember thinking this. Would you, if they released Season 8 in theaters, would you pay to see each episode in theaters?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? That would be so awesome.
It would be such a cultural event, too.
Yeah. And then to have the big screen and be, like, immersed into it.
I would there would be a strict no talking rule in that theater, though, or else I'd fucking murder everybody. The last thing I want is someone hollering at the screen, like, yeah, you get him, or something like that. I'd just be like, I'm going to murder you. You're on my list.
They're pretty good here, though.
Yeah, I find Bears Lake is really good. If
everybody's so silent all the time.
It's great. Yeah. Sackville, I would never see a movie like in Dartmouth, though. Yeah. Never.
They're rowdy over there across the bridge.
Oh, yeah. I was driving by on the Bedford Highway yesterday, and it was so foggy I couldn't see Dartmouth, and I looked over and said, today is a good day.
What a sin.
I know.
Well, Dartmouth.
Well, she was saying, it's like, why don't you want to live in Dartmouth? I said, because there's nothing over in Dartmouth that I can't do in Halifax. She's like, it's charming in Dartmouth. I'm like, ain't nothing charming about Dartmouth. Charming is a small town, not a crushed city. You know what I mean? It's just like, ugh, no offense to anybody living in Dartmouth. Actually, I don't care. I've killed that moment. So you'd pay to see? I think I would too, honestly. Yeah. I think one thing...
Now, if I had the time to see it, that's another question. I would pay to see it, for sure.
I think one thing I'd be so worried about is because I think this happened with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. People were lining up to get the book, and there was a guy, because the book released online, like, it leaked.
Was it like a Star Wars thing, Homer leaving Empire and going, oh man, I can't believe Darth Vader was his father.
Yeah. Well, he was going up, he was interviewing people, and they were thinking, oh, they're going to be interviewing. He goes, have you heard about it? They're like, no. Well, what do you think? And then he'd just give away the ending.
I would have punched him in the face.
I would punch him right in the fucking face, you dick. Like, how you just robbed somebody of an experience right there, and that's not right. Yeah. So I guess right now we're going to get into Season 8 predictions. Okay. So what do you think is going to happen, like, through the whole thing? And I've got a list of characters, too.
I have some, like, vague ideas.
All right.
I don't know. Do you think Bran is the Night King?
That could be interesting.
Or is going to warg into the Night King?
I think they're definitely going to have a battle of the warging, because every time
Do you think he's going to warg into the Night King, or warg into Is it Drogon that he has now?
No, he has Viserion.
He has Viserion.
Yeah. I said... when I saw that, I was like, they should have killed Drogon just because Drogon's the bigger one. It makes it a little more menacing versus him having the smaller dragon and then a big dragon against him and a smaller one. It's like, no, give him the big one. That's just stacking.
It's fitting that he is Viserys, though.
Yeah, because nobody liked him. Yeah, he was a little shit.
Whiny little bitch.
Yeah. That was one thing when they showed Rhaegar. He had the same exact wig. I was like, they should have made him look a little different because I'm like, it looks just like his older... I guess maybe that's the idea, but...
They're all supposed to look kind of alike, right?
Yeah, well, they're all inbred, so... So you're thinking that Bran might warg into the Night King?
I don't know if the Night King, and then maybe he might get stuck in the past as him and try to fix something there, but I feel it's more likely into the dragon.
Okay.
Into the dragon, and then Jaime has a chance to
put him down.
The Night King.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
sacrifice himself.
You got to think who's got a Valyrian steel sword. You know what I mean? And that's one thing they never seem to mention that. They just keep saying dragon glass and fire. It's like, John, you killed a White Walker with a Valyrian steel. Why did you not bring this up?
And doesn't Jaime have
Widow's Whip?
Used to be Ned Stark's. Yeah.
Yep. Him and Brienne have those swords.
Yeah.
John has Longclaw. Mm-hmm. Sam has Heartsbane.
Yeah.
And I think there's a few more out there in the world. But I think, obviously, Sam's not going to go wield that sword in the battle. I think he's probably going to give that to, like, Jorah Mormont or someone like that. I don't know. I think Jorah Mormont's going to kill the Night King.
You think so?
Yeah.
You like him. I don't like him.
You don't like Jorah Mormont? You don't like Captain Friendzone?
He's a slaver. He tried to sell living people to... Should I stop talking?
No.
He's trying to sell living people to pay for stuff for his wife, and then...
Hey, I have a girlfriend that wants, money and expensive stuff too. I understand where he's coming from. Shut her up.
But would you sell people?
If I say yes, there goes all my political good gains ever.
And then he was all creepy with Dany. She's like this 13-year-old girl. I guess they aged her up. Did they age her up in the show?
Oh yeah, well
creeping over this little girl.
Different times back then.
And
it was the 60s.
I don't know. Has he redeemed himself? Do you feel?
I think that's going to be his redeeming thing. I think he's going to have a moment where he can save somebody, and I think he's going to become the new Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
I think I marked him down to become a White.
Really?
Yes.
For Whites, when it comes to that, I only picked people who would be very dangerous in battle. Okay. Those are the only people that make sense. So I'm like having Ghost. Ghost is going to become a White.
I picked the people who would sacrifice themselves for the cause.
I can see that, but I just feel like people who are more dangerous would be like... someone like Tormund.
Yeah.
I have Tormund. Who do I have becoming a White?
Probably.
I have Tormund, Brienne.
Yeah. What did you do with Beric?
Beric, definitely. Oh yeah, it's if you don't.
He's on his last life.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Thoros anymore.
Exactly.
He's on this would be his 7th life.
Yep.
And then I figured that stuff with the 7 and stuff would go together.
I just feel like because he's been resurrected, it would be interesting to see him resurrected at something he can't control. An 8th time, and he's like,
he's lost everything, not just his memories.
He's got no nose. He just looks like Michael Jackson running around.
One eye.
I think, and I thought I had Davos. I think Jon might become a White though. It's too...
He's going to be sitting on the Iron Throne.
No, hell no.
Yes.
It's too...
They've been setting it up from the very beginning.
It's too fantasy to have that. I think you need to have someone who's on the Iron Throne who's not the prophesized prince or whoever. And
you don't believe in the prophecy then?
Oh, I think that prophecy is there to subvert what you're thinking. George R. R. Martin's too, or it's like what it is. It's like the prince that was promised. That might be someone completely... Someone made a theory.
It's somebody who's alive already, so it can't be Jon and Dany's kid, because they said when the comet comes.
It was someone who was reborn when that comet comes, right? Well, someone made an argument that Jorah Mormont, who saw Dany rise out of that flames, was reborn from the man he once was. I was like...
You're really pushing the door.
Man, Jorah's got something, He's got to live. Here's how I kind of think it's going to end. Because they have a real, theme of history... looking to repeat itself, but then something just turns it completely different. So it's like Robb Stark was the rebel who was a combination of Robert Baratheon and Ned Stark in that plot line. He gets axed off at a wedding, not at a battlefield, at a wedding. And you have a few more plots like that. But what I think, and you have Cersei with the whole Mad Queen thing. So she might actually ignite the city. She might succeed in it. And if that bitch gets what she wanted at the end, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. So I'm thinking what it might be is. There's going to be only a few survivors, and they're going to be the people who aren't your typical knights. They're going to be you're going to have your Brienne of Tarth, you're going to have your Arya Stark, your Bran Stark. Did I have Sansa on there? I do have Sansa. I think she's going to live.
I don't think I picked her yet. I don't know what is going to happen.
You're going to have your Tyrion and your Davos. You know what I mean? Kind of like your mishmash ragtag crew. And anyone else who's your typical warrior or knight is going to stay behind on Westeros. Because I think Westeros is going to be like Valyria, where it's just going to be destroyed by the end of it. And it's like those people are going to set off to the west to hopefully find a new place.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That might sound corny. I don't know. But I feel like that... and that's how the history was born. They actually run into the Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow's like, what are you on about? I don't know why that's my impression. What are you on about? He's Australian, Jack.
Cocky. Chimney sweep.
Dick Van Dyke's in the crow nest. Oh, look at those fuckers over there. Yeah, so I kind of think like they're going to do a total like, I guess like doom of Westeros. I think, especially too, because I feel like that culture is dying, like the whole noble men and noble women, because all of Essos doesn't have any of that, like that whole continent. So who knows?
It's interesting.
On this list, something drives me nuts though. They have Dario on here, right?
Yes, mine's not. He's not on mine.
Oh, really?
My list is different from yours.
Mine has Dario, but I think Mira Reed is going to play a part in this.
Okay.
Because right now, Sam knows that Jon is who Jon is, and Bran.
Yeah.
But they can't prove it. Sam has writing.
Got a book.
He's got a book, but he doesn't say who did he annul it to. He just says it's annulled.
Yeah.
Bran has the vision. You need someone who was there. Mira's father, Howland Reed, because he's the only other one who survives. I'm like, and there's no point telling us that's Mira's father unless there's a reason for it.
Yeah, and so she's still around, too.
Yeah, and it's like, because I felt like her storyline just kind of ended with like, yeah, go home. It's like, Bran, you prick.
Yeah.
She did so much for you.
I know.
I would have wheeled him
Lost her brother.
Yeah, lost Hodor. I would have wheeled him right into the fucking frozen lake.
Peace.
Yeah. Let's see you warg out of there. Warg's gonna hurt. God damn it. Just helps her back. Oh, shit.
That's an interesting theory. I like it.
I feel
what
like...
else is going to go on in season 8?
I think Gilly and her baby are going to die.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They seem useless to me.
Well, yeah, I feel like there's no real, like, place that their story's going.
I like Davos a lot, but I feel like his story is done.
I feel like Davos needs a moment where because he keeps saying, I'm not much of a fighter.
Yeah.
I want to see him just have a moment where he just goes absolutely nuts, and you know what I mean? Just like, it was like, what, you're not much of a fighter? It's like, I never tried it with my other hand. Something stupid like that. I don't know. Never tried it with my other hand. I don't know.
And then what else is going to go on? So you don't think Dany and Jon are going to be sitting on the Iron Throne together?
Oh, I don't think both of them. Don't think either of those two are making it out.
Yeah.
I think Jon's going to... I think because the White Walkers don't just want world domination. Like, there's something more to it. I think Jon's going to try to make a deal. Mm-hmm. And I think Dany's going to sacrifice herself.
Well, that's the question. What did the White Walkers want?
Exactly. I don't know. It's like, do they want the North? Do they want, Winterfell? Because that's where it looks like their big battle is going to take place, is at Winterfell. And it's like, where does Cersei and Qyburn and the Mountain fall and all this? Because they're so far south.
Yeah.
What's Euron going to do? Is Euron just going to come with the Golden Company and be like, I'm going to kill everybody else? I don't know.
We'll see, I guess.
I guess
14th.
Yeah. I know, I'm excited, right? Oh my god.
The 15th for me, I guess.
April 15th. I'm going to text you all the spoilers.
Good, I like spoilers.
Yeah.
You always threaten the spoilers, you never follow through.
No, because I can't do that to people. Maybe it's a late day April Fool's and I'll just send you fake spoilers. Like, I'll do up something, make it look like Varys is becoming the Night King or something.
One of my coworkers started watching, he's on to season 3 now, and it's exciting that he's watching, but I don't really remember what happened when.
Oh, okay.
So unless he brings up something, I don't want to be like, oh, isn't this exciting? This part happened, and I don't want to ruin anything for him.
Yep.
So, but he was asking me all sorts of questions, like when Dany was pregnant, and then it ended up being like shapen. They said
an
it was
ash
like
baby
a dragon
or something
like that. He was asking me. He's like, if she had given birth, would she have given birth to a dragon?
I certainly hope not. That'd be so painful. Those scales would rip you apart.
And it's stuff that I haven't thought about in like years and years.
Yeah.
So
I remember
I was like,
that.
Yes.
It's going to just be the biggest dragon ever, the dragon that mounts the world. She gives birth to Smaug, and it's going to be a crossover. That's really what it is.
I'm going on an adventure.
No, they need Tyrion to say that as he's leaving Winterfell. I'm going on an adventure. Okay, I guess I just got one more question for you. What is the most disappointing moment of Game of Thrones for you, and what would you change about it if you could?
Oh, this is hard. I have a bad memory. I have a bad short-term memory.
You're full of shit. At work, you'd be bringing up this shit that I was like, what is she talking about? Full of shit.
What, like a scene that I was disappointed with?
Or like a plot line.
A plot line. I don't know. What about yours?
Oh, I see. I would recast all the Dornish women.
Okay.
All the Sand Snakes. They were
very annoying.
They weren't they didn't live up to, I think, that their father, but they also felt like they were playing tough instead of just being tough.
Yeah.
It's like
they picked like pretty actresses who could kind of be tough.
Yeah, but it just didn't feel like they were deadly or lethal or that they could do that. They just felt like they were models more than they were. And you know, I've seen some of the others in actual like other work, and they do great. But just this role they weren't meant for, I don't think. So I would just change their like casting, but also some of the logic behind the Dornish plot, just because I love the mother's logic of, I'm going to avenge my boyfriend. I'm going to kill his family first, and then I'm going to avenge him. It's like, wait, what?
What?
I bet you he's rolling around in his grave with no head being like, bitch.
I can see that, yeah.
That's just me, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody says, too, that Arya killing Walder Frey was satisfying.
Yes.
I didn't. To me, I think they should have shown the Freys more throughout the seasons, just getting everything that they wanted.
Yeah.
Instead of just bringing him back and be like, oh, they're going to kill them soon. They're bringing him back, you know. They should have had them reaping the rewards of the Riverlands more and just showing House Frey becoming a little more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And then
knocking them down.
Then fuck them over.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more satisfying than just... Because Walder Frey just keeps, like... It was almost like the writing was to, like, just to piss off the fans, like, we send our regards and the Red Wedding. It's like, I feel like other characters should call it the Red Wedding. The Freys should not refer to it as the Red Wedding. You know what I mean? Because it's not a good thing. And the fact that they're just like, and then we send our regards. It's like, listen, that wasn't your line. It wasn't about you. It was about the Lannisters, said by Bolton. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's just me. I think they should just had them a little more like reaping the rewards.
Okay. Yeah.
And then fuck them over.
more satisfaction.
Exactly.
Than instantly killing them.
Exactly. Because it just felt like they were there to be killed.
Yeah.
And same with the whole Blackfish storyline, because it's just like, after the Red Wedding, you're like, he escaped. It's like, oh, what's he going to do? No.
Die.
Just off screen.
Just die.
Yeah. And that's one thing. Game of Thrones should stop shying away from people dying. Like, Stannis was killed off screen.
Yeah.
It's like, literally just show him get his head cut off.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just like...
And they're shying away from the titties and floppy wieners, too.
Once you start shying away from floppy wieners, you really got to give it up.
I've been trying to get my husband into it for years now. And now
floppy wieners?
He's not into the show. And he's like, where are the titties and floppy wieners? Yeah. And I was like, sorry, that was earlier
That was the first 3 seasons.
That was to get us hooked. And then we tune in.
You're chasing the wiener.
We tune in every week with my floppy wiener.
Yeah. That's going to be the title of this podcast. Game of Thrones prediction, floppy wiener.
The floppy wiener.
We'll sit on the Iron Throne. And whoever sits on the floppy wiener will be the king. Hi-yo! Well, I think that just about wraps us up there, Angie.
Thanks.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, not that I'm thinking of. Super excited.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, John and Danny are going to rule Westeros together.
They're going to sit on the floppy wiener, are they?
Yep. Take turns.
They're going to take turns. So wait, if it's floppy... How do you sit on it? That's the real question, and that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep on binging.